Hi, my name is Sam Murray, and I run the outdoor and experiential learning programs here at White Mountain School. In addition to running the outdoor program, I get to teach two environmental science electives, both kind of my own design. And this fall taught an awesome 7-week elective on climate science and policy. And then this spring, we'll be teaching a 7-week course on natural resource management, which is a little bit closer to my background outside of teaching. Last year, I had the opportunity to take a group of, I think it was 11 students, to North Conway, which is just about an hour away from here. We were actually staying in the sort of ski cabin of a White Mountain School alum who's a big supporter of the school. The goal of that course was for students to become self-reliant in winter backcountry situations, specifically skiing and snowboarding, but it was open to students who wanted to snowshoe or cross-country ski. But the goal was to give students quite a bit of experience evaluating snow conditions, making decisions in the backcountry, considering avalanche terrain and risk assessment, and also to have them really work on collaborating as a group and sort of making decisions as a team about where to ski, where to travel, what was safe, what was too high of a risk. So for a week we stayed in North Conway. We visited the Mount Washington Valley every single day and spent quite a bit of time up above tree line, kind of negotiating avalanche terrain and trying to keep everybody in the group safe and making decisions about where we could ski and have fun. And then every night we'd kind of return back to our ski cabin and have an evening lesson where we'd kind of gather around the dinner table and talk about avalanche safety, wilderness medicine, reading avalanche forecasts, predicting avalanche conditions, and sort of looking at weather data and snowpack data. And the culmination of the course was for students to sort of plan their own excursion. This was my absolute favorite experience anywhere, any school in the field with students. I had a group of 6 students who planned an excursion on North Bartlett Peak, which is an intervale right outside of North Conway. It is not a super popular backcountry ski destination, but that did not deter them. They wanted to kind of navigate their way up and over the mountain, down through some really dense trees, and into what is a popular backcountry ski zone. And it was just sort of a combination of really good and really bad ski terrain and a lot of laughter. We went through some of the densest trees that I've ever hiked or skied through, and it was kind of a nightmare. And then after about 500 feet or so of kind of like bushwhacking our way through those trees, we emerged onto this sort of untouched powder slope among some less densely populated trees and had probably the best skiing of the whole trip. And it was just a blast. Students were totally in the driver's seat, and I was just kind of along for the ride, and they made good, safe decisions. Looking back on the trip, despite all the challenges of sort of ascending that mountain and navigating through all the dense trees, for every single student who was on that portion of the trip, it was the highlight. And by the end of the trip, felt pretty confident with a lot of those students that they could go into the backcountry on their own, or that I would trust them as a peer and a partner in the backcountry.